Boy, oh boy, Philly spring training is underway, is it not? Are they playing baseball down there?
Oh, it's the year of the horse. I'm sorry.
The year of the horse. That's totally different than dragon.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. I can't trust you the rest of the show.
Cannot.
Yeah, you're not trustworthy anymore.
Cannot.
Thought you were trustworthy on this stuff, and you were not. All right.
Yeah.
So Philly spring training's underway. Devin's going to join us live from Clearwater 1 hour from now. We got a lot to unpack, and I wish we were unpacking Andrew Painter with his new delivery and Justin Crawford in the cage. And
we're
how good
unpacking drama. That's what we do.
No, it's all drama. It's all drama.
It's all.
Well, I wish they would, but they're not. It started off with Castellanos last week as the Phillies butchered that one. And obviously released him. He's a Padre, and we'll hear from him later on. But really, the drama ratcheted up on Saturday. Bryce Harper arrives to spring training, and guess what he still had in his mind, Hugh?
What Dave Dombrowski said about it.
That's right.
Disrespectful.
In case you forgot, because Bryce Harper certainly did not forget, here is what Dave Dombrowski said about Bryce back in October that obviously still is on Bryce Harper's mind now.
Of course, he's still a quality player. He's still a all-star caliber player. He didn't have an elite season like he has had in the past. And I guess we only find out if he becomes elite or he continues to be good. I mean, it's not like he's, it's like if you say to me, I look around the league, I was trying to think Freddie Freeman. He's a really good player, right? He still is a good player. Is he elite like he was before? Probably not to the same extent, and so that's nothing because Freddie's a tremendous player, and that's to me is Bryce.
Well, he may have meant it or thought it or was not trying to say it in an opposite of complimentary way, but it came across that way to him.
When you invoke Freddie Freeman's name and say what he isn't anymore, and I'm pretty sure if Freddie's being realistic, nobody's who they used to be a year later.
Well, I mean, especially as you get into your mid and late 30s.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. So there's that. I've always been the mindset of the best revenge is success. And with that being said, Bryce needs to take a page from that book.
Well, you know what? I think we all hope that. But obviously, just starting off what spring training has been for a few days here, that's not where Bryce Harper's head is at. Let's listen to Bryce Saturday holding court for about 15 minutes. He had a lot to say. We'll bring you a lot of it over the course of the show today. But this is the stuff that stood out because quite clearly listening to this, Hugh, he's not internalizing it, or maybe he is, but now it's coming out as spring training starts.
I know you talked once since Dave made those comments in October, and then you wore that not elite T-shirt, taking BP one day. How much of a motivator is that to you, or has that been to you this off season?
Not really. I mean, I don't get motivated by that kind of stuff. For me, it was kind of wild, the whole situation of that happening. I think the big thing for me was, when we first met with this organization, it was, hey, we're always going to keep things in-house, and we expect you to do the same thing. And so, when that didn't happen, kind of took me for a run a little bit. So, I don't know. It's part of it, I guess. It's kind of a wild situation. That even happening. Obviously, I didn't have the year that I wanted. Obviously, I didn't have the postseason I wanted. My numbers weren't where they needed to be. I know that, and I don't need to be motivated to be great, in my career or anything else. So that's just not a motivating factor for me. For Dave to come out and say those things, it's kind of wild to me still.
For Dave to come out and say those things, it's kind of wild to me. Still, it is February now. All right, Hugh, what's your reaction to Bryce and what he said on Saturday? And really, is this a case of Dave Dombrowski really stepped in here, or Hugh, do you think it's time for Bryce Harper to get over it?
Let me say this. It's okay to be motivated by negativity. I mean, it's what drives most of us. I mean, so for you to sit there and say that it doesn't drive you, we all know that's a lie. And we all know that you wore the shirt because you felt some kind of way. That's a lie. It's okay. But don't act like it doesn't bother you. That's the worst thing in the world. If it bothers you, man, let it motivate you to be great. Stop talking about it. Be about it. It's about actions now. Because the worst thing you could do right now is keep talking about it and not have the season that you want to have, or that elite season. Your best comeback for this is your bounce back game. Let's see how strong your bounce back game is. And just stop griping over. But he's definitely butthurt. No question about that.
You could feel that.
Can I say that on there? I felt a little.
Yeah, I think you're good.
Felt a little risque.
You did.
Yeah, that felt a little. I mean, but he is butthurt. Let's just be honest, man. You butthurt Because you're still talking about it. You went
Well,
and got
you
your.
ask, can I say it? And then you say it again.
Well, no, I'm saying because he gave me the green light, so we sometimes it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Yeah.
But like I said, you need to just come out and let it go and play well, because now what you've done, you've inadvertently, you already had a bullseye on your back. But now that you keep talking about it, you put another one on your back.
Well, that he did. All right, so listen, I don't disagree with you that he needs to play better, and I hope he channels it that way. But as I heard all this on Saturday, my feeling is Dave Dombrowski stepped in it. Dave Dombrowski created this mess. We're here because of what Dave Dombrowski said in October. Now you may feel like Bryce Harper needs to get over it, needs to grow up, needs to stop being a baby. And you can feel all those things, and I'm not saying there's not truth to that. But the reason that Bryce Harper is still talking about it is because Dave Dombrowski said it. He started this. And when I listened to that, it felt like the cherry on top, the icing on top of the cake of a disgusting offseason by Dave Dombrowski. I mean, nothing here has gone well for Dave Dombrowski from the moment he spoke after the season to now. Like, has anything gone great? No, I mean, they brought back Schwarber. Most of us wanted them to. But they didn't really get a discount on that. They just did it. Okay, that's good. Everything else has felt underwhelming. The Harper stuff was a mistake from day one. Then he goes to the offseason, and it wasn't good. The Real Muto thing was a clear reaction to the Bichette thing, which was a disaster. Garcia misreading the mark. I mean, the whole thing. This team has just not had a good offseason led by Dave Dombrowski. And I keep going back to this. Players can be emotional. Should an executive that's been in baseball for 40 years lead to that? Like, he's supposed to be diplomatic. He's Dave Dombrowski. He's the president of the team. He's had 1 million press conferences. He knows what he's saying. And on top of it all, and I think this is the problem where I come down on it, why I feel like he just stepped in it and we're living through this now. You have to know your people. Everyone around baseball knows the truth about Bryce Harper, which is he was once a great player. We'll see if he is again. That's true.
Don't help by you talking about him in the past tense, though, in case he's listening.
It doesn't. Well, I mean, I'm a talk show host.
I'm just saying, in case he's listening.
That's fine. Fans and
we got to go down there in a couple
No, I'm not worried about me. Fans and talk show hosts are allowed to have strong opinions on players. You know who's not supposed to voice their strong opinions about the players in the media?
I don't subscribe to that.
Team president. Well, guess what then? This is what you get. You get crap on your shoe because Dave Dombrowski's got crap on his shoe from this offseason. And I just want Dave to do this. Please know your people. Dave, are you in charge of the same people that I'm watching on a daily basis? Oh, we're surprised Nick Castellanos acted like a kid and was upset and emotional? You signed him. You drafted him. We're surprised that Bryce Harper, who has never been criticized by anyone in baseball for 2 decades, is going to be upset about this. Really? I think Dave Dombrowski totally stepped in it. Know your people. You're not a talk show host, Dave. If you want to be, come grab a chair. We'll find one for you here. But you're an executive of a billion-dollar company. Act like it. I think Dave Dombrowski totally stepped in it this offseason. He started this way. It ended this way. And the Phillies' story right now, and it's unfortunate, because I would love to talk about Painter and Crawford and Miller.
And we still can.
And we will, but today we're not, right? And the first few days of camp have been about the mess that Dave Dombrowski created. That's facts. The Castellanos contract, a mess that Dave created. The ending, a mess Dave created. The Harper comments, a mess Dave created. And now this, a mess that Dave created. 215-592-9494. Where do you come down on this? Did Dombrowski step in it, which I think he clearly did? Or is it time for Harper to just get over this whole thing, which has been going on now since October? Kyle, where do you come down after what has been a drama-filled first few days of Phil's camp?
Well, so, of course, Dave Dombrowski stepped in it, but that was October. We're sitting here in February. Yeah. Spring training's about to start.
And he's still butthurt.
Well, they play Saturday.
Well, to use the phrase we're using today, if you ever step in it, sometimes it's tough to get off that shoe. It's not easy to get off the shoe.
I've been there.
I've been there too.
Yeah, you need hot water, a knife.
It's gross, man.
And you got to dig all that crap out.
Well, that's what we're doing today.
But I guess now my question is, I understand they have to ask Bryce about it, and Bryce is going to talk about it and stuff, but the whole, keep it in-house thing, Bryce Harper had an opportunity right there to just be like, it is what it is. Dave and I talked. We're in a good spot. Even if that's lying, he had the opportunity to do what Dave didn't and sort of just put an end to it.
Squash it.
He did.
Yeah, but he threw gasoline on a fire. So, Bryce, I guess my question is, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to mope the whole rest of the season about how you're not elite? Or are you going to show us that you're elite? Are you going to show us that you're not elite? Are you going to prove Dave right? Are you going to prove Dave wrong? Like, what are you going to do now? Because the moping about it, that's not going to work for me. I'm going to need him to lock in and move on to this next season and quit getting upset about whether some old guy said that you're elite or not.
Well, I mean, I hear you on that. And now that's what's next, right? But this much we all know, and this is not a debate, this part up for. He's still upset, Hugh. I mean, that we heard it on Saturday. He's not over this. Not yet, at least.
The vibes that he's giving me, I mean, you can kind of imagine where I am with this. You know, I can't say it on air, but you can imagine. Because that's the vibes that he's giving. Because for you to still be talking about this, and I know you've gotten to work or whatever, that everybody knows that's your rally cry. You wore a T-shirt. It doesn't have to be discussed.
Yeah.
Go out there and play baseball, man. You got 162 games to go prove him wrong. You have that whole season, and then you can have the last laugh. You can have the last word. But right now, you sound odd. You sound odd.
Like a baby?
Nah.
Okay.
Starts with a B.
Okay.
But it's not the one. You know, that's not the one I was thinking about. But it's
Say
a little.
You won't.
Nah, Dad, I can't do that. Rod's probably listening. And I don't want to give him no more of a heart attack than he's probably already had by me, you know, using that one word, you know, all the time. But anyway, yeah, it's when he said it, I was just like, wow, he's still mad.
Oh, yeah.
Still mad. And you know what? And I'll say this. And I know baseball players are wired different. But from a football aspect, there's been plenty of times where I've been challenged as a player. And I've risen to that challenge. And it's been directly or indirectly. And that's one of the things that you have when you're an older player and your skills start to diminish. And I'm not saying Bryce's, they are, but he didn't have the kind of season. He even admitted that. He didn't have the kind of season that he wanted last year, and he admitted that. Yeah. But he said something about the second half, he started to play better. That's fine. Keep that going. Keep that going.
I agree with that. And now it's on Bryce to play better. I just want to say one thing, though, then we'll go to all the phone calls. Two things sometimes could be true. Like, Dave isn't wrong. No, I think most of us that spoke about Bryce last year felt the same way as Dave. But there's also certain people in life you expect to not say that out loud. And we use the Howie example a lot. Howie Roseman would have been completely honest and fair if he came out and said, you know what? Jalen Hurts kind of played like the 16th best quarterback in pro football this year. But he would never do that. And we know he would never do that because it would hurt the relationship with the player the Eagles have made the face of their franchise for now. The Phillies made Bryce Harper the face of their franchise. And you could have an opinion on that, whether that was a mistake or great or he's not living up to whatever the hell you think. But they made him the face of the franchise. They did. The owner made him the face of the franchise, and he still is. He's still here for longer than basically anyone else. So Dave Dombrowski broke that trust in October. And should Bryce get over it? Yeah, you could feel that way. But we're here because Dave Dombrowski broke that trust.
You know what's about to happen next.
What? Oh, don't say it.
You know what's
going to happen next?
Financial apology. I'm sorry, Bryce. They're going to get Bryce some more bread.
So now we'll just double down on bad.
Yeah, we're going to get
Two
some more
wrongs
bread.
make a right. That's how we
get the hell out of here.
That's how we do it on WIP.